Hello and welcome to the Daily Comic and Collectible, episode 420. Puff Puff Pass. Today, the collectible of the day is the Toybiz Toys, Marvel Comics, X-Men X-Force series, Power Vibes action, Rictor action figure. Rictor has the power to generate earthquake-like vibrations. The only thing more volatile than his mutant ability is his fierce temperament. Now in the company of the X-Force, this one-time rebel without a cause uses his mutant talent to battle supervillains for the good of all mankind. This 5-inch scale figure of Rictor comes hand-painted with intricate detailing and deco, right down to the hand-wrapped gloves and 90s style fringe on his sleeves, and matching headband. Figure includes multiple points of articulation for added posing and displayability. Rictor figure comes with a Power Vibes action. Just turn wheel clockwise to wind him up, then release to feel Rictor's power vibes. Full body vibration. Figure also includes an official Marvel Universe trading card. Rictor comes with the supervillain, the Goblin Queen. Figure was released in 1994 by Toybiz Toys. Now, the comic of the day is Uncanny X-Men, Volume 1, issue number 270, with a cover date of November 1990. This is part 1 of the Extinction Agenda event, with story by Chris Claremont, art by Jim Lee, and cover by Jim Lee. This issue is titled Extinction Agenda, Part 1, First Strike. We open amidst rising tensions between Genosha and the United States. Storm and Marble Girl train in the Danger Room, as Banshee and Forge attempt to analyze Storm's current power level now that her body is that of an adolescent. Suddenly, Cable bursts into the Danger Room declaring it's time for the New Mutants training session. Meanwhile, in Malibu, Guido runs off Freddy Stanachek, telling her Dazzler has left and he doesn't know where, just as Lila suddenly appears on the beach, saying she needs the X-Men's help. Back in New York, Storm and Jean reminisce as they're unknowingly watched by a group of Genosian magistrates. Returning to the school grounds, Storm bids Jean goodbye as the New Mutants relax by the lake, and Rain angrily confronts her, upset that Doug remains dead, while Storm, Jean, and the X-Men get to come back to life. Just then, the Genosians launch their attack, but the New Mutants manage to hold them off until the Genosians call in a larger force. Just as the rest of the X-Men and New Mutants are about to reach the surface, Storm scrambles the lock on the access hatch, trapping them inside, but preventing the Genosians from accessing the mansion. As her teammates head for the lake exit instead, Storm realizes that one of the magistrates is actually Havoc, just as Rictor and Boom Boom are captured. Shortly thereafter, Warlock is teleported to Genosha, and Storm and Wolfsbane are soon captured as well. The 4 mutants are then transported back to Genosha, along with the magistrates, just moments before their teammates emerge from the lake. Finding only the clothes of the captured kids remaining, Cable declares that whomever is responsible is going to wish they'd never been born at all. Geek Fact: this issue marks the beginning of Extinction Agenda, the 4th and final crossover across the X-books of Chris Claremont's tenure, which centers on the Genosian counterattack against the X-Men and their allies. Bonus Geek Fact: this is also the first formally structured crossover, in which each chapter of the story is numbered and the order of the chapters unfolds in the same pattern, across the titles: Uncanny X-Men, followed by New Mutants, followed by X-Factor, as opposed to previous crossovers where each title developed at its own pace, or wasn't even involved at all. Another bonus geek fact. To help Marvel out, Chris Claremont had the X-Book storyline mapped to issue 300 before his departure. Another bonus geek fact. This issue marked the debut of new Jim Lee design tech for the Genosians, as Lee amps up his sci-fi elements, resulting in robotic armor suits and two-legged walkers, like Star Wars Scout Walkers. Another bonus geek fact. While at Harry's hideaway, Storm and Jean are seen wearing the leather jackets with the Xavier School logo. It's the first appearance of the famous team leather jackets that will become ubiquitous later throughout the 90s. Yet another bonus geek fact. This first issue of the Extinction Agenda was reprinted with both copper and gold covers. And another bonus geek fact. This was the first issue of the 9-part total crossover event, and in this issue, Storm rejoins the X-Men, and Gambit officially joins the X-Men. This is also one of the number of issues in which Xavier's School for Gifted Youngsters gets destroyed. State-of-the-art gaming. Back to the Future, Part 2 and 3. 2 exciting missions in one incredible game. Now, it's your turn. Get ready for a wild romp-em and stomp-em time. Your challenge, a double mission to save the past, the present, and the future. Here's your chance to teach Biff Tannen a thing or two about stealing your sports almanac. It's non-stop excitement. Woohoo! From high-speed hoverboarding in the year 2015 to gunslinging mayhem in the Wild West. Get back to the future now and save the world before it's too late. Better get him now. New from TurboGrafx 16. It was the mansion of Dr. West, but those who knew better called it the
Splatterhouse! West may have been the greatest parapsychologist in our field. But do we have to visit his home? It gives me the creeps.
Think of it as a school research project. Besides, the house is empty. What can happen? Jennifer, what is it?
After a fight in the dark.
What happened to me? What happened to Jennifer? My head. Something's wrong. Can't see straight. What's the matter?
My face. It's covered with the terror mask.
The Terror Mask. Legend tells that the wearer is granted vast power, but can't remove it.
If I take it off, I may never get Jennifer back.
Rest in peace, you ugly slime balls. Oh, yeah? Nothing can keep me from getting Jennifer back.
I'm as good as dead unless you can help Rick rescue me in the new Splatterhouse.
New from SuperGrafx 16.
And Final Geek Fact.
Growing up, unaware of his family's illegal gun smuggling syndicate, Rictor saw many hardships. After spending time in jail with his father, Julio was forced to watch his father's murder by Strife during an arms deal gone bad. When his seismic mutant powers manifested, he accidentally destroyed 3 city blocks. He was then kidnapped by the Right, an anti-mutant organization, and tried to force him to destroy San Francisco. Thankfully, Rictor was saved by X Factor and invited to join the team as a trainee at the X Factor complex. Rictor's first appearance was in X Factor, issue number 17, with a cover date of June 1987. Well, I'd like to thank you for joining me for another Daily Comic and Collectible, and I hope to see you again tomorrow. This is Cat Fan Comics Man, and I'll catch you on the flip. Over and out.